He's got a smile that sang to me, brings back the rush of young, wild and free. Where his kisses were fierce and oh so sweet, and life was blasted on with a hard rock beat on MTV. His eyes, they held the sunset's glow, warm and deep, they were a part of my soul. With every look he'd let me know his love was as real as old rock and roll. In his embrace, it takes me back to that place we found our tune. Rhythm of rock and roll beats radiant underneath the soft glowing moon. We found peace and love with stars written under that soft glowing moon. It was a cold night in the middle of June. The laughter in the summer night's cool air, memories of us without a single care. A time when we both had no fear. The memories reminiscence of the time in our early years. The memories of a first love's embrace. Thinking of a time in a much simpler place.
Ever wondered what your home looks like from space? Enter your address and get a
Real quick break. Gotta apologize because my premium ain't paid right now. It will be in the next week or two. Gotta deal with the commercials. Sorry. Let's continue. Snipe session.
60-degree satellite view of your home right now.
He's got a smile that sang to me, brings back the rush of young, wild and free. Where his kisses were fierce and oh so sweet, and life was blasted on with a hard rock beat on MTV. We found peace and love with stars written under that soft glow. It was the coldest night in the middle of June. Under the silver glow of the moonlit stage, our hearts beat loud. Now the memory is refusing to age. In the rhythm of that night, we found escape. A melody of love in every mixtape. A dance of our dark shadows flooding my mind. A melody, a memory of the sweetest kind. With you, every song we rocked back then, it felt so right. Under the glowing moon's big spotlight, only you and I, with a melody, never say goodbye. I'll cherish that memory in the beat of my heart and keep it alive. It was a coldest night in the middle of June. Now it's the final notes of our melody beginning to fade away in the quiet afterglow where our shadows used to play. All the music is ended in my heart, you'll forever stay. Moving forward with your memory leading the way. Lifespan love story, I sing this song. Moving forward but caring, never losing the memory of our bittersweet love journey along. A bridge between the past and what was left to come. In the melody of us, our hearts once beat as lost suns. He's got a smile that sang to me, brings back the rush of young, wild and free. Where his kisses were oh so sweet, and life was blasted on with a hot rock beat on MTV. His eyes, they held the sunset glow, more than teeth, they were a part of my soul. With every look he'd let me know his love was as real as old. Bro, we've turned the page to a brand new day. Your love's a melody that never fades away. Underneath the moon where we once danced free, I'll carry us forward, you'll always be part of me. Now as the moon fits the night into, the melody lingers on. A soundtrack is so true. They say the world's a canvas, often gray with pain, but I'll paint my path in vibrant tones. The sun shining and the rain, with every stroke of kindness, a new shade comes alive. Against the canvas of the heartless, it's how we survive. They try to paint me in the gray, dim my inner light, but I choose colors on my soul to fight the dark with bright. For every tear that's fallen, I will draw my strength. Living in a world full of gray, I wanna paint you in my brightest colors every day. Through the shadows we'll find our way, turning night into our brightest display. Living in a world that's turned to gray, I'll paint you with my colors to light your way. Beyond the shadows, we'll make our play, turning light into a vibrant ballet. In shadows deep, where silence speaks, I find my voice in hues of spectrum wide. From deep inside, reflecting every choice I use. The night may fall with challenges, so yet in my heart a light. It guides me through, forever true, a beacon shining bright. With each day's dawn I carry on, my canvas ever clear. Each color tells a story, whispered soft and true. In every line, a promise of starting fresh and new. The world outside may shudder under clouds so dense, yet against the grain. The world outside may shudder under clouds. I'll paint my joy, a bold and bright defense, a tapestry of tomorrow in hues that I borrow. The brain may try to claim me, its expense so vast, but in my heart are riot colors that will last. I dance between the raindrops, painting as I go, in defiance of the sorrow, letting my colors show. Living in a world full of gray, I wanna paint you in my brightest colors every day. Through the shadows we'll find our way, turning night into our brightest display. Living in a world that's turned to gray, I'll paint you with my colors to light your way. Beyond the shadows we'll make our play, turning life into a vibrant day. Shadows speak when silence speaks, I find my voice in hues of spectrum wide. From deep, through the shadows we'll find our way, turning night into our brightest display. Living in a world that turns to gray, in a world, I'll paint you with my brightest colors every day. Through the shadows we'll find our way, turning night into a bright day. Beyond the shadow we'll make our day.
So he takes rice, husks of rice. You know, I didn't.
We were just kids running wild and free, misfits by the river, living our dream. Nights filled with laughter, under a moon so bright, falling hard for love in the cool evening light. Time keeps turning, seasons change. Memories of youth, both sweet and strange. We promised forever, but life had other plans. Now I'm walking these streets, trying to understand. First taste of heartbreak, bitter and raw. Lessons in pain we never saw. We swore we'd stick together, come what may. But life's tides pulled us far away. Back home to find everything's changed. Have my friends gone, their dreams are erased. not the same. Haunting my code, echoes of old things. Time keeps turning, seasons change. Echoes of the past in the present feel strange. We promise forever, but faces fade away. Now I'm holding on to dreams, watching the month flow. Holding on to dreams left in the past for tomorrow. As the mind whispers secrets of what used to be. I clutch at the hopes, the wild hearts running free. In the silence of the night where our echoes blend, I reach for the warmth of those days, wishing they never end. But time writes its own story in pages we can't turn. By the base of the mind for those days, time keeps turning, seasons change. Echoes of the past, and the present feels strange. Now I'm holding on to dreams, watching them unfold. Holding on to dreams left in the past for tomorrow. As the mind whispers secrets of what used to be. I clutch at the hopes, the hearts running free. In the silence of the night, where our echoes blend, I reach for the warmth of days. I promise forever, faces fade away. Now I'm holding on to dreams like I lost in the fray. Dreams and waters merge, our laughter, our tears, and the melody converge. If they saw what I see, they would fall as a falling. But they don't know your heart, and babe, I never split. If they felt what I feel, they never set you free. So listen up, I'm never letting you leave. 'Cause your arms are my haven, and my heart would deceive if it wasn't living for you every beat. So if I get jealous, it's because I care too much. I want every part of you, yes, I'm possessive, that is true. It's a whirlwind for my thoughts, yeah. I can't hold back when you're out looking so fine. You can mask it, no, frame you in my life. Who wouldn't I? Who wouldn't I? You, thankful for your love, you're making me wild, you unfathomably perfect. Ooh, you must be a blessing. Every time the phone chimes, I hope it's your voice that I find. I'm dying to tell you everything that's on my mind. And I don't want any other women taking your attention. I've got too much pride. I might be wrong, but I don't want to be right. 'Cause your love is made for me, and my heart would shatter if it wasn't devoted to you every second. So if I get jealous, it's just my affection. I desire every inch of you. Guess I'm a little selfish, it's challenging for my mental, but I can't control it when you're out turning heads like you do, but it's so obvious. Don't keep you in my heart. Who could question you? Grateful your heart chose me. You drive me crazy, you beyond explanation. Ooh. You must be an angel, enthroned you in my world. Ooh, who wouldn't want you blessed that you're mine? You mess my soul, shown for the whole world to see. You're the keeper of my love and all my dreams. Baby, you've captured me entirely. So if I get jealous, it's because I'm fervent. I crave every aspect of you. Yes, I'm a bit possessive. It's tough on my mind, but I can't resist it when you're out looking stunning. But it's undeniable, no. Hold you in my arms, ooh. Who could fault you? Glad that you're with me. You make me ecstatic. You're simply indescribable. You must be an angel. You must be an angel, enthroned you in my world. Ooh, who wouldn't want you blindfold for your love? You thrill me, you indescribable. Nothing being angel, jealous, but I can't help it. I long for every piece of you. Yes, I'm a bit egocentric. Yeah. Yes, I'm a bit egocentric. Jealous, but I can't help it. I long for every piece of you. Ah, this I'm egocentric. Jealous, but I can't help it. I long for every piece of you. Yes, I'm a bit egocentric. Oh.
Roll up, light it, pass it around. Smoking weed with my homies on the beach, we're bound. Sand between our toes, we're crashing in. Chilling with my crew, every pass it around. Smoking weed with my homies on the beach, we're bound. Sand between our toes, waves crashing in. Chilling with my crew, where the good vibes begin. Sunset and low sky painted with hues. Got that sticky icky, no time to lose. Palm trees swaying, breeze in the air. Just me and my homies without a single care. We laughing, we joking, we feeling so free. In this moment right here, it's just you and me. Rolling up another, the night's still young. With every puff we take, we feel so strong. Roll up, light it, pass it around. Smoking weed with my homies on the beach, we're bound. Sand between our toes, waves crashing in. Chilling with my crew, where the good vibes begin. We sharing stories, reminiscing about the past. Every puff we take, making moments last. The stars start to twinkle, the moon shining bright. In this paradise we found, everything feels right. No worries, no stress, just good times and peace with my homies by my side like some masterpiece. So let's keep on puffing until the break of dawn on this beach with my crew where we truly belong. Roll up, light it, pass it around. Smoking weed with my homies on the beach, wind bound. Sand between our toes, waves crashing in. Chilling with my crew where the good vibes begin. So if you ever need a break from the grind, come join us on the beach, leaving worries behind with good friends and good weed. Life's a breeze, smoking on the beach under coconut. Roll up, hand it, pass it around. Smoking weed with my homies on the beach. Whip out, sand between our toes, waves crashing in. Chilling with my crew where the good vibes begin. Sunset and low, horizon kiss with gold. With my girls by my side, the stories unfold. Laughing, reminiscing, feeling so alive. Underneath the stars where our dreams thrive. Passing blunt, sharing tales, feeling so serene. With the ocean's rhythm as our backdrop scene. Sipping on some drinks, feeling oh so fine. In this moment, together we truly shine. His and her, side by side, sharing in the bliss. Rolling up another one, sealing it away to twist. Inhale, exhale, let the worries fade away. With every puff we take in this moment we stay. Roll up, light it, pass it around. Smoking weed with my homies on the beach. Whip out, sand between our toes, waves crashing in. Chilling with my crew where the good vibes begin. Roll up, light it, pass it around. Smoking weed with my homies on the beach. Whip out, sand between our toes, waves crashing in. Chilling with my crew where the good vibes begin. Underneath the moonlit sky, laughter fills the air. With the tide as our rhythm and the breeze as our prayer. As we bid farewell to this beach that's free. In the circle of friends, forever we'll be.
And all I saw was that each of them were grieving, were sad, moved fast, got excited. When we were in California and they thought that little girl was her, if anybody needed convinced, once again, if you could actors. I can't. In my little brain, I cannot see. Their mind, she's alive. That's all I know. Their mind, she's alive, and they want it to be her. It's just even how all that derived was through Jenna, right? Like how the hell did Jenna know where the hell there's this little girl that's, actually in a situation where she's going to be identified and separated? Like how did even that happen? Like, and that's where the YouTubers go insane, because sometimes you just don't know why. You need to say coincidence. I say, it's going to go ha-ha. But there's always been a scripted God thing going on. In my experience through life. Because you can't write these scripts. To have the camera rolling on them, they never showed any of the footage. But to actually have all that documented, of that event happening real time with the studio, if they had the slightest question of what these parents would act like, we found your daughter. Oh man, if you think that she's dead, they're going to go, oh man, I hope so. Well, I do, and that they're going to get this real worried look on their face, like, oh, this was pumped, and then crash. And I was the guy that had to walk up and kneel in front of him and show him the pictures of who it was, and just devastation. And then for Candus then to go ahead and go into an interview that I basically set up. And she did, and then that was it. I said, this woman has given everything that she could possibly do. Does that mean there's not some weird accident? Does that mean something? But I've never seen the slightest hint, A, that they know where she she's at, or B, that they think she's dead at all. I've never seen it. And all I saw was that each of them were grieving, were sad, moved fast, got excited when we were in California and they thought that little girl was her. If anybody needed convinced, once again, they'd be good actors. So I can't. In my little brain, I cannot see. Their mind, she's alive. That's all I know. Their mind, she's alive, and they want it to be her. It's just even how all that derived was through Jenna, right? Like how the hell did Jenna know where the hell there's this little girl that's, actually in a situation where she's going to be identified and separated? Like how did even that happen? Like, and that's where the YouTubers go insane, because sometimes you just don't know why. You need to say coincidence. I say, people are going to go, ha-ha. But there's always been a scripted God thing going on. In my experience through life. Because you can't write these scripts. To have the camera rolling on them, they never showed any of the footage. But to actually have all that documented, of that event happening real time with the studio, if they have the slightest question of what these parents would act like, oh, we found your daughter. Oh, man. If you think that she's dead, they're going to go, oh man, I hope so. Well, I do, and if they're going to get this real worried look on their face, like,
I want to go back and listen the third time, because people are saying they're having a hard time hearing. So I'm going to narrate a little for you as we listen. I think this is a very important turning point in Summer's case, in my opinion. I think it showed some crazy ass shit. I think Benny caught it, and I think Benny accidentally left that in what he showed us with Tim. As you see, he goes to fast forward or play back. Maybe he left it so you would rehear it. I don't remember the clip. I'm sitting here chatting, not paying attention. I'm going to come down and listen with you. Here's what he's saying. How did Jenna call in the tip into California that had Candus walk out of Dr. Phil? That's pretty much the basics of what they are talking about. It's hard to hear me. Hold on. I'm talking low. I have laryngitis and my computer screen broke. I had to hook another computer screen up, so my mic is a little far, and I have to find another mic. So if you can't hear me, just let me know and I'll talk louder. That's probably what the problem is. I've had laryngitis since fucking February. Seriously, my life's been chaotic. No fucking joke. Shit's been fucking crazy, and it hasn't really stopped because my marriage is destroyed and my husband has moved back home, but I'm finding out a really lot of secrets that could be, in my opinion, related to what could be Summer's case to the We Can Bring You Hope people up here. Told you I've been speaking with police and missing persons peoples up here. I don't want to hinder the case. The officer said he'd speak to me after. I have not, like I promised I would, called him lately. I don't want to bug him. I want to give them time because I trust this officer. Hold on. So far, I trust this officer to do his job. He's been on the job for 18 years. He's a very friendly guy. Nita had some weird ass lives, then I need to go watch them. Did she by chance talk about any of her children, possibly a son, not the one that passed away, as she spread around? Not really going to talk much about that tonight. That's for another night. Hey, Thrasher, and your stalking ass wife. Hey, Beth, her Gordon's buddy. Can't wait to find out what the fuck y'all are doing out here with Seth, right? The one that was in Prayer Gordon's page, all fucking funny and shit. The little autistic guy that lives over in Hormerville or near it, near Fustos. Yeah. We'll talk about that when Benny decides to answer some questions. Told you guys, I know the people. I know who they are, and I'm from my fucking city, and my family is my family. Earl's learning that. He's finding it out. He's seeing the proof now. But our house is very heated, and I am not sure if I forgive him and if we're even married right now. Because he likes little 34-year-old girls named Brittany from his job. But, yeah, I made him quit his job. He was telling her I was crazy and talking about our dead child to her. And do y'all remember the prime suspect comment in one of my videos? I don't know where it is. Where Earl said it didn't matter that he cheated on me a long time ago because we weren't married. Well, by that time we had the loss of 2 children. I had a miscarriage. And we went through a whole 9-month pregnancy. And during that pregnancy, he cheated for 2 years prior. And then I caught him with like a really good friend of mine on my steps on top of her, saying he was rubbing her shoulders or she was rubbing his. I forget what it was, but really I think they were fucking around on the way to my bedroom. And I forgave him once already for pulling this shit. So it's pretty fucking grotesque, and I told him I'm not going to quit talking about it, and I'm going to move on with my life and not allow him to tell other women that are half our age that his wife's crazy and ask them for advice to lock me up. And then the doctors tell him I'm not crazy like several times, and he keeps going to prove it to this girl. Yeah, it's a whole fucking conundrum. We'll talk about it another time, but you girls know what I'm fucking talking about, right? Cheating pigs, assholes. I'm trying. He's gonna have to get over it and figure out that this is his fucking fault totally from the word go when he refused to put cameras on my home. Yeah, I was like accusing him of poisoning me because I had found some stuff, which is why I called the police, in my tobacco bag, and I found a pill in my weed. Not a fucking joke. What stuff local to me are you talking? Not you, Angel, Haley. She had a ring busted in her neighborhood, and it's pretty big, and I think it's significant to people all over the United States. She knows some people involved in the ring. This was in Louisiana, because you guys know where Haley's from. She lives in the area where it had happened, and we've been trying to get together and collaborate, but my phone shut off because I made him quit his job. Listen, dude, I have started over a million motherfucking times in my life. Maybe I am a bit crazy. You should teach your little fucking girlfriends that shit. Because he's probably downstairs watching this, and I told him nothing changed. Like, I don't know what the fuck he thought he was going to fucking accomplish, but he fucked with the wrong one. We've been married for 22 years. That's almost a fucking quarter of a century. And he thinks some little girl's going to come in here and ruin our lives? Yeah, he can fuck the fuck off. For real. Y'all don't like it? Clip it, put it out there, make fun of me. I don't give a fuck. That's the kind of fucking way I roll. Get over it. Yeah, the Bibb County, Alabama. That's right, not Louisiana. Sorry, I forgot. We haven't talked in a while because of my phones. But all right, let me get back to this. So what this clip is, again, is Tim asking, or not Tim, Benny and Tim talking about Jenna calling the tip to Dr. Phil that supposedly made Candus walk out while they were in California, which in my opinion makes things very significant, because what you're also hearing here is Tim Mullen telling the world, telling Benny, not the world, this is an act. We all got to follow the script. Give it a listen. Benny, I swear I'm not up to attack you at all. If you want to talk, we have a lot to talk about. We don't have to do the Linda shit publicly. I'd even be willing to talk to you privately and give you my son's phone number if you promise not to dox him. He got kids and shit, you know. But I really do think that we need to speak. And I think you know the many reasons why, in my opinion. And I think you might even know some people that I know. I left you a comment. You put a heart on it. I took a clip. You know I did. So don't deny it. I really do think we should have a conversation. I also heard something you said to White Boy. I shouldn't talk to people because it would hurt them. And I don't think that was just in your addiction and 12-step program. I think that was just in the whole of Summer's case. And I'm proud of you personally for getting your shit together. I hope you're seeing your son and have apologized to your own wife. I hope you guys can become friends and quit the baby shit like me and my husband are doing right now, because he's a big ass fucking puss like you, in my opinion. Sorry. And I hope you and Tiffany are well, and I'm glad to see that you've been there for her while she's been going through hell with her son. And Jody Sue, you need to shut the whole fuck up. I've been listening just a tiny bit to you. And don't come out here thinking you're just fucking perfectly innocent when you tried to sell a shirt. I think that if things would have gone your way, you wouldn't be out here doing what you're doing right now. I think you would have attached on. And don't forget that I believe your family has a big part in this too, right, Frida? Where are we going with that? Again, another day. And I'm really not crazy. Ask Jody who her cousins are. Ask Fred. Ask Fred if he knows Chester. Well, Chester was on his way, in my opinion, possibly drug trafficking for my own mother to get my brother out of prison. But hey, judges in cities cover that shit up all the time. You should ask Millersville. Maybe I'm completely nuts. Y'all go do the research. I put it out there. You gotta go back and watch. I need the money. Because that's my attitude today, mood.
And all I saw was that each of them were grieving, were sad, moved fast, got excited when we were in California and they thought that little girl was her. If anybody needed convinced, once again, they'd be good actors. I can't. But my little brain, I cannot see. Their mind, she's alive. That's all I know. Their mind, she's alive, and they want it to be her. It's just even how all that derived was through Jenna, right? Like how the hell did Jenna know where the hell there's this little girl that's, actually in a situation where she's going to be identified and separated? Like how did even that happen? Like, and that's where the YouTubers go insane, because sometimes you just don't know why. You need to say coincidence. I say, people are going to go, ha-ha. But there's always been like a scripted God thing going on. In my experience through life, because you can't write these scripts. To have the camera rolling on them, they never showed any of the footage. But to actually have all that documented of that event happening real time with the studio, if they had the slightest question of what these parents would act like, oh, we found your daughter. Oh, man. If you think that she's dead, they're going to go, oh, man, I hope so. Well, I do. And they're going to get this real worried look on their face like, oh, this was pumped. And then crash. And I was the guy that had to walk up and kneel in front of him and show him the pictures of who it was, and just Candus then to go ahead and go into an interview that I basically set up. And she did, and then that was it. I said, this woman has given everything that she could possibly do. Does that mean there's not some weird accident? Does that mean something? But I've never seen the slightest hint, A, that they know where she's at, or B, that they think she's dead at all. I've never seen it.
Alright, I've done the explaining for that video. Now what I want to do is go to this video that I haven't really watched yet. It kept popping up on my algorithm. My mouse was doing some crazy shit. Maybe I accidentally hit it. Yeah. Haley, I was getting ready to say, I think what's going on where you live right now, I'm sorry, I really have been out of the loop. The last since February, my life really has been hell and crazy. I'm missing a tooth. That's kind of embarrassing. And, you know, my husband has to do things to show he's sorry, like buy me a new tooth for Christmas or some shit, because I'm not a beggar. Sure. Sorry. She does look really pretty, though. I don't mean that in any bad way at all. But yes, I think with all the ice shit going on, and with what I'm thinking in my head in Summer's case that I won't put out there because it's too scary, I think if you follow a case that's in the news, that we could see an idea of what I think could possibly be going on all over the place, not just here. Now, I've heard white boys say that it was something recent. He said, I just watched it today, but it was a video probably about 14 days ago. I think I watched one 14, 12. I think it was the video where he was telling us about Candus and Dawn breaking up, but he was trying, in my opinion, white boy, and I don't mean this in any ignorant way at all, okay? But please listen if you tune in. I think it was scripted, and there's another video. You know what? I'm going way too far ahead. Let's watch Benny, because that could be a whole nother live, or we could stay live all night. I'm not tired. I have coffee. I haven't had coffee in a couple days. But anyways, let's go.
Good morning, Lean on Me.
And I haven't watched this yet past the word Jenna. But for some reason, it seems like it might be important to me since she's mentioned, and it was October 30th, 2021. Now, what was the date of Dr. Phil? Hold on, let's go see. Damn it, these fucking cigarettes go out all the time. We're going to see where this plays in the timeline. March 12th, 2022. So, I don't believe they did that in March, though, however. Hold on. November 12th. So, this is prior to Summer going missing, and he's talking about Jenna. Now, the first word I heard was Jenna, and that's when I decided to come live.
Good morning. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning, NH Girl. Lean on Me, Kitty. No lies. No lies. You got some iron. You got iron. Do right by it, please. Good morning, G-Dog. Good morning, Rage. So, the stream last night. Shop for me, Bumblebee. I'm blessed. Thank you, beautiful. very little rest, just my mind just trying to crank out a detail, or it's like you know how when you're talking to somebody and you're talking about, let's say for instance a movie actor, and get you just can't get the name out right. It's like there's a detail in there hung up somewhere for me, and I just can't get to it. I can't get to it, and it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. So last night the stream was taken down because I'm an idiot. We won't be playing any more inspirational Kevin Gates songs. Mr. Gates Publishing Company has had enough. Although they allowed me to go in and trim off their stuff and give me my video back. So go order Uber, lovely. I need some answers. I start asking myself, this audio. We know this audio was from the past. I'm one of those guys where if it's in the past, it doesn't make it any more or less relevant because it's in the past. It doesn't matter if it's one day in the past or 20 years in the past. It's in the past. And we deal with all things in the past. You know, there's a reciprocation, right? We know that you can't change the past, but you want to know what's so powerful about your power in regards to the past? You can change how you feel about the past. And that's oftentimes better than what actually happened if it wasn't tasteful or it didn't jive with your programming, right? So, damn, I hit my heel. Good morning, Awaken. So, I don't have a way of knowing. Actually, I do have a way. And it doesn't matter because the video with the audio that you heard of Chase 423 was a private conversation. It was a private conversation and it was made public. My issue with that now is this. This is my issue. You had this audio from the past, even if it was 1 minute before. You had it from the past, but we know it wasn't 1 minute before, TM, AB, right? We know that. We know that you've had this audio for a considerable amount of time. Since about the very beginning, okay? So, it was months. Yes, they had that audio for months. Why now? Why now? What's the payoff? What's the punchline? Why now? Is it because your channels are starting to slow down because you're just not getting, like, you're giving Jenna a platform? Like, seriously? Like the same Jenna that was friends with H's mom? And H's mom's mom has 3 pending child abuse charges on a child under the age of 8 years old. That same Jenna is the one we're giving a platform to now, right? Why, after all this time? Why do people come forward with these things that they have that they think is like, to put that out? That is not being helpful to that little girl at all. That is not being helpful to the.
Sorry, Earl came in the room disrupted. I didn't hear what he said. What? Jenna was friends with Allie. Yes, that's what I heard today. That's what I heard, and then I came on. I think that's very important. I'd like to know how long they were friends. I'd like to know more about this. I thought I seen something with Tiffany Marie the other day that spoke about this, and I've been wanting to look more into it, and I haven't. But I do think I heard an inkling somewhere else about this the other day. Maybe even stupid Ziggy. You know, it's crazy. I don't know, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna go back if that's okay. We're only 5 minutes in. I really, Benny, I did. I put a comment. I liked your advice that you said about you can't go back in time. Right now, that's a little relevant in my life, and I'm trying to stick by that. I do appreciate how smart you are when you come out here at times. But it seems to me you know a lot more than you're letting on. And I think it's important and pertinent to Summer's case. I think that we can bring you hope people are really important. And I think because I know them, I don't give a fuck. Long story. I've known them my whole life, pretty much. My mom was like really good friends with a whole lot of the seniors and their families. Right, Roxanne? Okay. Anyways, I don't know exactly what my mom's connection was with them because my mom wasn't a really good mom. She was an alcoholic. I like to throw my story in my life when I talk to you guys. And it feels like since all these lawsuits and things have started, it's been really hard to tell people and get them to believe me about my life because my husband wanted a fucking little girl at his job. And he used my pain as a way to get in this girl's pants. And the girl could be connected to a lot of this too. And that's the shit I cannot talk about because it would put me and my family in harm, and I don't know if it's true. So, but I will say it goes to other states up north on the way to Andrew. So I think that that's very important when looking, if you're looking at a path. I think we've all been looking at Ben Hill, Ben Hill, Ben Hill, but if you're looking at a trafficking situation, and let me remind you, TBI at the beginning of Summer's case did have on her page, she had her own page. And they did have on her page a whole lot of links to child trafficking and different important information on it. Not tonight, but another night. Hi, Act, right? How are you, honey? I haven't seen you in a while. I seen you in Benny's when I came in. I missed his live because I had some stuff going on here. My kids just came in and my daughter was up her throwing a fit. She wanted to go to the store. Crazy. So I was unable to watch his live. However, you guys know. Let's just get back to this. I'll be on here. Look, I'm live. I missed you guys. It's been 53 minutes and it feels like 15 minutes. Sorry I haven't been as live. I'll get there. It's been a lot of trauma since February and truthfully over Summer's case with the Lothers here that I know. And make sure you watch Ernie when I was on panel. He took down. I have it. There was still pieces I haven't clipped yet. I want to show you guys where he admits to knowing the people I know up here in Pittsburgh, which is really worrisome to me. And some of them connecting to the people I've been speaking about and the people that were attacking me that are related to me in my comment section a few months back. Yeah, those are my family that would be attached and people that took care of my mother while she was dying and people that strangely showed up to the funeral that could be connected to my father through the guy answering the phone at the company since he came to my house, spoke to me, and won't answer me. Odd. You guys got to go back and listen. I have a feeling Benny might know something about a little bit of this. I don't know for sure, but he definitely knows about the We Can Bring You Hope people that I know. Right, Chrissy? Autumn, my ex of 20 years, off and on, my whole life from like 13 to 32. Nah, how old was I? 26. Between every boyfriend, you know, girls, we all had that first love, right? Yeah, him. It's a cousin of his, Autumn, in my opinion. She looks just like somebody I know. And so does another cousin. Hi, Chrissy. Glad to meet you out here. Benny, you put a heart. You know what? Move on, guys. So I know you know what I'm talking about. Hold on. You see Benny's heart? You can read it. If I find out dude's wife's out here fucking around, dude, I promise. Promise it's not going to be fucking with me. Because I'm a married woman too, and they made me believe that somebody was in danger. Like my little birdies I've been telling you about. I know I'm schizophrenic. My computer really ain't hacked. Hey, guess what? My husband's been watching them. He even told me he'd come out here and tell you guys. Wonder if he will. I'll ask him. I sent him downstairs. Had to do your nightly lady rituals. Alright. I spelled some names wrong on purpose. Some names I'm not worried about. Bob, Sean, Rocky, Tink. God, I miss you guys. What, 14? Remember when one of y'all untied my bathing suit at the pool? What you know about them, Benny? We're not going to get into it. Okay, back to Benny. I don't want to talk about it anymore. We go. Why is that not doing it? I don't have to do this in podcast. Oop, don't put my fat face.
One day in the past or 20 years in the past. It's in the past. And we deal with all things in the
It's better.
past.
It's
Um,
easy.
you know, there's a
Say the
reciprocation,
whole thought again.
right? We know that you can't change the past, but you want to know what's so powerful about your power in regards to the past? You can change how you feel about the past. And that's oftentimes better than what actually happened if it wasn't tasteful or it didn't jive with your programming, right? So, damn, I hit my heel. Good morning, Awaken. So, I don't have a way of knowing. Actually, I do have a way. And it doesn't matter because the video with the audio that you heard of Chase 423 was a private conversation. It was a private conversation and it was made public. My issue with that now is this. This is my issue. You had this audio from the past, even if it was 1 minute before. You had it from the past, but we know it wasn't 1 minute before, TM. AB, right? We know that. We know that you've had this audio for a considerable amount of time, since about the very beginning. Okay. So it was months. Yes. They had that audio for months. Why now? Why now? What's the payoff? What's the punchline? Why now? Is it because your channels are starting to slow down because you're just not getting, like, you're giving Jenna a platform? Like, seriously? Like the same Jenna that was friends with H's mom? And H's mom's mom has 3 pending child abuse charges on a child under the age of 8 years old. That same Jenna is the one we're giving a platform to now, right? Why, after all this time? Why do people come forward with these things that they have, that they think is that, like, to put that out? That is not being helpful to that little girl at all. That is not being helpful to the community at all. It's actually very, very detrimental to the police investigation. Who-ah? One Scott. What's up, bub? So you held on to this for months. And I'm assuming, because I know all of your MOs, you ran out of content and now you play this. You never sent this to the TBI or the FBI. No. Why? That would be too much like right. Who-ah? Hey, Don. That would be too much like right. So I have to ask myself, what is the battle going on between SH and TM and AB and Chase? Like, let me tell you what, AB will never be a part of a legitimate true crime case, ever. Never. He will always spectate from Canada because he doesn't even have the balls to do what Cher and Prairie Boy have done. Grab up a case in their own backyard. No, this fucker, he's teamed up with a lady that's clandestine in the States that he'll never meet unless he just goes on a Titanic-esque love capade, whatever, right? Like, dude, you two are feeding into each other like the most toxic set. You guys are like the twins that ran across the highway in the UK, the crazy twins. That's what you are. You two are the crazy twins. You will hurt that little girl to make a point to Chase. Guess what? Chase doesn't give a shit about you. I do. Good job. Good job. Let me tell you what you did. Let me start with what you didn't do first. You weren't helpful in any sort of way by dropping out that information in any fucking stretch of the imagination, right? You weren't helpful. Not helpful. Secondly, you thought that you would try to change the name of my friend Chase into something different than it already is now, but you failed again. So what did you put that out for? For what? Because you don't have any fucking content. And because Jenna was the last ditch effort to have anyone related to this. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. We do know that Doug tried to call Don last night and Don said, fuck you. Let me tell you what, he'll never talk to any again. Promise you that. Benny is your dad. Don't make me turn this car around. I'll turn this car around. Pull you out on the side of the road. Put you over my knee. You understand me? All the things you set out to do with this crazy audio that I will never, let me take that back. I'm not going to lie to you. I listened to about 10 seconds of that shit. But let me ask you, what part of putting a goatee on Candus's face and all those pictures that were cascading, like, what's the point of that? Like, is it like you have extra time in your life while we're all supposed to be being helpful? You got time to put a goatee on that woman. I've seen your face. You can't even grow a goatee. Oh, you ain't got enough of them hormones that'll push them hairs out your face, homeboy. You got smooth skin like a woman, partner. AB keeps razors in his house for the girls he hopes comes over to shave their legs because he ain't shaving his face for shit. Ooh, manscaping out of the question. He's on a 10-year run. He's running away from the vagina. And let me tell you what. You want to know how TM? You want to know how TM is fucking single? Because she's got a love affair with the Joker from Canada that's selling pot on the internet. Oh yeah, we got Dunkin' Donuts, an exploitative weed dealer. Let me get some pot seeds and send them to fucking Russia if you want to. Why don't you send some fucking money to the fucking to anything other than some pot shit, dude? Look, I smoke pot too. Guess what? It ain't my whole fucking life. Your whole existence is pot. To me, it's something I burn and put up in the air, and I keep it pushing. You done put the weed around your kid. You done put the weed in her bedroom, growing it in her closet. She can't sleep good at night because the light from your weed plants is coming under the door, and she just can't get no good rest because it's all about the weed. You got a drug problem, sir. Have I ever seen someone with a marijuana problem? I thought I had, but I clearly have now. Oh, boy, you have a real drug problem, right? Because you ever seen a meth lab? I never have in real life. I've seen one on TV, but I bet you to make some of that weird shit that you smoke out of that weed, you got to have a fucking chemist set. So you're no different. You're no different. In fact, you're worse because you take the very thing that you think is so acceptable and you force it on people just like a fucking meth head. We don't care about your BC cheese number 2. Who fucking cares, dude? At all. Nobody cares. See, what I'm coming to think that all of that is that's you just fucking advertising online. We know this CBD that you're sending in charcoal packages is not fucking CBD. It's just a matter of time before they come knocking on that wood thing in the front of your house that swings like this. It's got boy, they're gonna come put feet on that motherfucker, right? You people are disgusting. He's in London, Ontario. That's where he is. London, Ontario, where it's okay to keep your kid up at night with your high pressure sodium weed light. We're getting down to the point where I don't even think his mama can stand him. Clearly, there ain't a woman in the land in Canada that can stand his ass because he's trying to soak it inside her over here in the States. What the fuck are you talking about? Right? And what the fuck are you doing, bro? Right? You know what? Like, I don't wish abduction on nobody, but it would be interesting to see. It would be interesting to see AB make a full turnaround when his child would be missing. Ooh, ah. Like, for real, bro. Like, for real. I mean, I can't even, like, what the fuck is it you're doing with your life? I heard you bought a new truck, but let me tell you what, it isn't from the exorbitant amount of pot you grow. It's from the exorbitant amount of money that you make from YouTube bashing people that are in the middle of a crisis. He sounds so pussified defending. He is pussified. Oh, guess what? It's been so long since he's been with a woman. He thought, fuck it, I'm just going to turn into one. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Right? Let me tell you what. I told Don I was pissed at him the other day for going on fucking around with all them other people online, dumbasses and, fucking. That's cute, Josh. The lab. Again, get yourself some lab work. Because I think you got a chemical imbalance fucking around with your co-partner that you got. Let me tell you what. When you pick a co-partner, a co-pilot in life, a friend, you want to make sure that it's somebody that when you take your hands off the fucking wheel ain't going to run it into the fucking ground. Ain't that right, Doug? Ain't that right, Doug? Doug is out here sexually harassing people, and now, it's been a report made.
YouTube blocked my comments, so let me say this in a different way. Josh had an incident early on in Summer's case where he was stealing money from a woman and her credit card. I forget who that woman is. It has been Chris. I'm not sure who you are, but hi. Josh had an incident where he was stealing money from a woman, and then Chris McDonough, the ex-cop from California, Southern California, took him on after he was on Doug's, acting like a pervert, in my opinion, not like good men that should be covering the case of a missing child. I mean, that's just my opinion. Some people like that shit. Shay is really good friends with Doug. I would love to hear her take on it today, since she came in my chat a few months ago and then disappeared. Hasn't been back, acted very friendly, and then went bye-bye. I'd like Doug to come and grab a link, although I could lose my channel if I let him up there here as far as I know, because he's not really allowed on YouTube. But Doug, hey, you can hit me up an email or something. ctsims2003@gmail.com. I don't check it often, but one day I will, and I'll see your message. Maybe leave your digits or something. I'll call you and we can speak about where you got, because you were a little behind the scenes with the Wells too at the beginning. And in my opinion, I think it's really freaking important that we look at the beginning of this all the time. That's where you're going to get your most information in any case, right? That's when the Wells were stunned. They came out. Here you see the different reactions between Dawn and Candus. Dawn will sit and do the interview. Candus walks out of every single interview. Candus, I would love to give you an opportunity without ripping you apart. I know I did the last time I was live. I'm angry. I'm very angry your daughter's gone, and I'm very angry Tim Mullins has been playing games and you guys have been connected to him. I'm angry Ernie's playing fucking games. Definitely 100% playing games. I don't know why. I don't know who's good. I don't know who's bad. I don't know who's innocent. I don't know who's guilty. I'm not a police officer. But I will tell you in my own personal life, there's been a lot of fucking fuckery. And I don't live nowhere near you. I never expected to find out that I have cousins that are related to people like Jody Sue and Fred. They're cousins. Aunts, uncles, Karen Renfro. Benny's really close with Karen too. Karen's holding wrenches. And that's fine if Benny thinks she's innocent of anything, but I've had some odd behavior from Karen in my chats. I thought we were cool and she did just like TT did, right? Like playing games, Lady R. Lips, you're just a whole ass fucking cunt. And you walk around with Candus while being a witness in court cases for Linda, which in my opinion is extremely odd. Want to come on in your little bikini again, ugly face? You think you're fucking cute. I don't think you're fucking cute at all. I'd still like to know how you knew about my father's financial situation and what kind of man he is, and how you know all of that. I think it's very important. I don't like how close you get to people in Tennessee, but you think you have the authority to fuck around with people's children. And if you thought I was scared of you, I'm not. What's that Jody used to put up to fuck around and find out? I do believe that one day karma will come all of y'all's way and that Ellie will do their best to find Summer. I don't know much about Tony Allen. I hope he wants to do his job. I wish he would speak on Summer's case since he's going to be the new sheriff in town, right? Because I'm the one that brought that out. Although at the time I had thought they were running against each other, I didn't realize Ronnie was retiring. Now, Ronnie sort of gave us the promise a few years ago that he was going to solve Summer's case before he retired, and I covered that. Go back and look. Oh, and by the way, happy 3rd birthday to my channel again. It could have been almost 4th. I'm very sad about that. Yeah, Angel, I see your comments. I'm just not really reading chat. I have a lot to say. I haven't been live. I'll get back to y'all. I'm in no rush tonight, I promise. I still want to watch the rest of this live or maybe go over some other stuff that's going on and catch up with you guys. I'm always catching up. I depend on my subs, like no shit. Like, I depend on y'all to come over and say, hey, did you see it? And I can watch it with you. I really like reacting for the first time to some things. And I like going back and remembering the things that have happened. I think it's important, you know? Even with Jody. I do think Jody is out here with better intentions these days. However, I don't think it was Jody's beginning intentions, and I still think Jody knows more than she leads on, and I think that could be because there's things she doesn't want Ellie to know. I mean, she doesn't want us to know, but Ellie knows. I'm sorry I said that wrong. TBI. Something else I want to talk about tonight is this whole TBI ain't taking tips. I thought, well, I don't have a phone. When I get my phone, you guys know how I do. I like to call things live, right? We could call, I did lose weight, Angel. Thank you a lot, too. That's what happens when little grubby bitches that are 34 years old at work give your husband advice and they tell your husband of 22 years and people like subs like Prime Suspect and my husband following each other around. Yeah, things like that happen. People on YouTube can easily persuade my husband to starve me for 30 days because he knows I depend on him. I got heart failure when we lost our child, who was born at full term. 26 minutes after birth, he passed away, and that's what I was talking about earlier, and it's caused me a lot of trauma in my life, which is one of the reasons why I come to YouTube. I like to talk about that stuff. I've been through a lot in life, or maybe I am a little bit fucking crazy. I think we all are. What's that Dr. Seuss saying? Fuck, I forget. I'm stoned. It's okay, Angel. It made me a little healthier. You know, I'm moving around more, going outside. I've really been like trapped in my house since COVID. I'm not, I've always been out here and told you guys I had anxiety and I took medication for it. I've never shied away from saying that. Ask Benny, he knows. I take straterolene, which is a Zoloft. My dose is supposed to be 3 pills. However, I asked my doctor for to up my dose. I really didn't need to, so they can turn me in or do whatever. I asked my doctors to up my dose so I would have extra pills because they shut my medical off during the time my husband was doing all this, and I have heart failure, and he wasn't really providing me my medication, so I had to find a way to make my medicine stretch because I had no medical. It was a whole ass mess, and what do? He thinks I should just jump in and forgive him immediately, and it's not really something I'm willing to do right now, and he still doesn't see his wrong in making friends at work when he's done this before. He told me he doesn't tell me about his friends because I get like this. But what he doesn't understand is every time he makes a friend at work, he does the same thing. This is not a new thing that he has done in our 22-year relationship. Only 10 married, he destroyed our whole anniversary. He asked this girl out just 2 weeks before our 10-year anniversary, I'm gonna cry. Destroying our 10-year anniversary. And, you know, he blamed me for the John shit, but in reality, I was hungry and I needed a friend. It was hard to get through all this. And, you know, it's like you cheated and how I lost my tooth. I got really fucking drunk. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he broke my heart leaving. I did accuse him of poisoning me because I found shit. I told you earlier, in my marijuana and in my tobacco that he refused to look at, and he started war within my home, and you guys all watched the embarrassing shit, right? Like, I had my kids on here. My house is a mess. It's destroyed. To be honest with you, there's flies all through it. Don't make fun of me because nobody's really been caring for it. Everybody's been fighting. My grandbabies have been watching this. There was a point in time where the police wouldn't even fucking help me. My ex-brother-in-law was sending U.S. Marshals to my home and having them question my daughter, my grandbaby about SA. Yeah, that's how real life it got. Because my husband wanted to fuck a little girl that's connected to the We Can Bring You Hope people, in my opinion. Like I said, it's a long story. I really can't talk about it. It would put my life in danger. But just go back and watch my last lives. I give little hints. My mother was a very sick person and would have done anything to get my brother out of jail. I'll just say that. Now, do I know that she went as far as children? I don't know. My father did own land on the border where Jonathan Lee Riches just happened to fucking fall. You ever hear that joke, like I slipped and fell and the dick went in or whatever? Because I'm that grotesque. I'm that crazy. Aggravate. You about to find out, bitch. But anyways, it's a, you get the point. Jonathan Lee Riches just shows up on my dad's property. Oh, by the way, he hangs out in California a lot too, right? Doesn't he live there now or something? Like, where does he live? He travels all over the fucking place, got the money to go anywhere he wants. Is there any possibility that him and CM might have known each other prior? Bullhorn, since Bullhorn is like really good buddies with the new PI Jensen who's out here fucking around, right? Where'd you go, Jensen, since I called you out? People play real sick fucking games in little kids' cases. The problem is that I'm not no bitch, and I'm not going to get out here and not mention it because I'm actually a real person, and I didn't grow up the most lovely, lavish fucking life. Even though I had riches, my father did when I was a child. I don't know if them riches still stand. Maybe Attorney Phillips could talk about that since he admits I have a tower and power. I don't know what the fuck that is, or is that a head game? Right? I do believe my cousin Stephen, who watches me, who would be related to people down there, came into my chat one night. I think Benny might know about that. I think Haley was in my chat that night. She could vouch for it. Hi, Objection. Are you my cousin? I've been thinking about that. Every time I mention my cousin Steven, that you come in here. That's pretty cute. If you are, love you. But anyways, let's continue on with Benny. An hour and 25 minutes.
Ooh, ah. See, people want to do everything in the extreme, right? Look at what AB does online. It is extremist behavior. Look at anything he does in his life concerning the marijuana. It is extremist behavior. Some kind of way, just putting fire to the shit after you take it off the tree ain't enough. We gotta hit it with what is it? Butane. Tell me what we gotta hit it with, Kenneth Scott. What do we gotta put this? What kind of treatment we gotta put this weed through to get what the fuck it is you need to sell? You a chemist? You a cook? Stands to reason. You're fucking around with the chemicals in the house, playing with the weed. You know how to fuck around and play with them chemicals on other shit too. So let me tell you what. The other day, I was just fucking disgusted with the way that I saw No Thanks operate, and I said, "This enough is enough." So let me tell you what. What's the old adage? The old what is it? Cock blocker. I just cock blocked the shit out of you two. You two will only ever hear Don Wells's voice again unless it's on this channel or the fucking channel that Dr. Phil is on. Ooh. You can call him again 37,000 times a day and he's going to tell you the same thing. Fuck you. Fuck yourself. I cock blocked you. I told the man. It's very hard to be supportive of you, Don. I know what you're doing, and I love you for trying to do it. Don's trying to troll the trolls. But right now, we don't need Don to think about that. We need Don to think about simple country living, reunification with his children, grieving, keeping food and meat and biscuits on the table, and moving on with your life, not getting stuck here. We are in the distraction stage. Yes, we are. And we have true demons, true, real demons. They hide behind a mask right here. They fucking hide. Let me tell you what else hides. Frogs, lizards, snakes, salamanders, right? Raccoons. The only thing that fucking hides in this world is a varmint, is a rodent, is a reptile. It is something that we have engineered traps over the last couple of 100 years that are very efficient in snapping necks. He will never be on Ziggy's again. Period. They will not be on Ziggy's again. I assure you. I assure you. And that if he does, he's going to have to deal with me. Meat and biscuits on the table and moving on with your life, not getting stuck here. We are in the distraction stage. Yes, we are. And we have true demons, true, real demons. They hide behind a mask right here. They fucking hide. Let me tell you what else hides. Frogs, lizards, snakes, salamanders, right? Raccoons. The only thing that fucking hides in this world is a varmint, is a rodent, is a reptile. It is something that we have engineered traps over the last couple of 100 years that are very efficient in snapping necks. He will never be on Ziggy's again. Period. They will not be on Ziggy's again. I assure you. I assure you. And that if he does, he's going to have to deal with me. I asked Don to make a deal with me. And for me to keep going through what I've been through and what I'm doing, I don't need the views from Don. I like to be able to show true supporters what it's like and what it's looking like. But I can't continue to undo what everyone else keeps doing. Listen, if you don't have fucking something nice to say, just shut your mouth. Go find somebody in your real life that you can physically touch. Tell them some old crazy shit like that. Quit coming here and telling folks what you're gonna do and you ain't doing shit. You're doing less than shit. You are tying up our time, and guess what? You're tying up the free space in YouTube that we need to use to house our videos. Then you got 411 guy who he's doing shit like talking shit about Chase just so he can drag him out of the fold, so that later on, live 411 can fucking apologize and get some extra views, because it takes him 6 weeks to get 42 views on any of this shit that he's doing. He does whatever choice of drugs he does, which I'm assuming you don't do a stimulant and fall asleep online. So this gentleman, he can't even stay the fuck awake online, but he's going to monetize and merchandise this little girl, and he's going to handle your money, and then he's going to try to get that fucking piece of merchandise into a bag with your address, get it stamped, and get it sent out. That's too much for somebody that falls asleep online due to the virtue of the chemical enhancement of opioids. Fuck you mean? Boy, get your shit together. Feed your kids before you come online trying to take money for somebody else's kid. You can't even stay awake to follow the directions or accept the money that people want to send you. You're busy doing this online. Then you sleep until the fucking restream shuts off. You get up, or somebody comes over and gives you some Narcan, and then you come to, you erase the fucking live, and then you start all over again. Sounds like there ain't enough fucking Narcan for you, my friend. We need to get you hooked up, stacked. And with this thing you got going through here in the middle of your head, boy, I don't know what it is. It seems like it's the landing strip for a beer bottle. Like X marks the spot. Boy, BTS Mike, you still ain't shit. BTS Mike tried to garner $3,000 from Chase 423 because he said his mom was dead. He tried to take a loan, and they were going to hit him with 10.3%, and it still wasn't going to be enough to bury mom. So let me tell you what happened. I'm just running down through it again. I called the fucking Warwick, New York police, sent a fucking wellness check over there to check on BTS mom. She was there. She was alive. The next morning, when I knew that fucking Mike would be all heroined up and still able to sleep and not sick yet, I called his mom on the phone and I said, "Are you okay? Get you hooked up, stacked." And with this thing you got going through here in the middle of your head, boy, I don't know what it is. It seems like it's the landing strip for a beer bottle. Like X marks the spot. Boy, BTS Mike, you still ain't shit. BTS Mike tried to garner $3,000 from Chase 423 because he said his mom was dead. He tried to take a loan, and they were going to hit him with 10.3%, and it still wasn't going to be enough to bury mom. So let me tell you what happened. I'm just running down through it again. I called the fucking Warwick, New York police, sent a fucking wellness check over there to check on BTS mom. She was there. She was alive. The next morning, when I knew that fucking Mike would be all heroined up and still able to sleep and not sick yet, I called his mom on the phone and I said, "Are you okay?" And boy, oh boy, did she tell me the biz. So guess what fucking Mike did? And you can ask Honest Rage. Fucking Mike made a new channel called Ben Jammin' in my name. And he's going around still trying to solicit fucking funds for his alive mother who he says is dead. Meanwhile, he keeps spewing the same information. Oh, I just tried to go get a loan and it's for 10.3%. It's just not gonna be enough. You fucking people on here, man. Holy shit. I've never met so many terminally ill people, so many fucked up people, so many people that will start putting other people in other fucking financial binds. Let me tell you what. Never in my, you want to know why I don't put my fucking Cash App out there? Because it's people like Chip that will do whatever the fuck they can in order to get your banking information and put it on a fundraiser that is illicit, that is illegal, that is going to get you in Club Fed. This bitch, motherfucker, I wish you would get my banking information and try to set it up for some old fuck shit, because I'm not with it. I ain't with that shit. Oh, no thanks, bro. Start doing some morning streams, because we know it takes about 12 fucking hours of enhancements in order for you to get Prime to come on here and do your business.
Well, dang, that's a whole lot of fucking info, ain't it? Y'all paying attention yet? Yes, he's muted. I remember this part for some reason because I remember laughing because he was like, "Oh." I was thinking you're telling us how small your fucking bean is. Wow. Only 43 watchers. How many chatters? Not many. Where y'all at tonight? Come on, this link's here. How many y'all I asked for you to grab it? Want to start counting? We can list them. Candus, where you at? Let's go back to this one more time. It's been a couple hours. Remind you all why I came here tonight.
And all I saw was that each of them were grieving, were sad, moved fast, got excited when we were in California and they thought that little girl was her. If anybody needed convinced, once again, every good actress. So I can't. In my little brain, I cannot see. Never mind, she's alive. That's all I know. Never mind, she's alive, and they wanted to be her. It's just even how all that derived was through Jenna, right? Like how the hell did Jenna know where the hell there's this little girl that's, actually in a situation where she's going to be identified and separated? Like how did even that happen? Like, and that's where the YouTubers go insane, because sometimes you just don't know why. You need to say coincidence. I say, people are going, ha-ha. But there's always been like a scripted God thing going on. In my experience through life. Because you can't write these scripts. To have the camera rolling on them, they never showed any of the footage. But to actually have all that documented, of that event happening real time with the studio, if they had the slightest question of what these parents would act like, oh, we found your daughter. Oh, man. If you think that she's dead, they're going to go, oh, man, I hope so. Well, I do. And they're going to get this real worried look on their face like, oh, this was pumped. And then crash. And I was the guy that had to walk up and kneel in front of him and show him the pictures of who it was, and just devastation. And then for Candus then to go ahead and go into an interview that I basically set up. And she does, and then that was it. I said, this woman has given everything that she could possibly do. Does that mean there's not some weird accident? Does that mean something? But I've never seen the slightest hint, A, that they know where she's at, or B, that they think she's dead. At all. I've never seen it.
I don't want Pa to skin me alive like he's going to do to you if he finds out.
Pa said not to bother him. But if he's not going to be home, how can I bother him?
It'd be better if you just forget about it.
Well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Jack with me. Because Pa didn't say anything to him.
Way down this country road in the holler, where they make that moonshine seal. There's an old man on the porch on a shack, and the shack is where he lives. Round the town they call him Paul. It's Paul from on the hill. And every time Paul does slay a hog, you can hear that hog.
Came from the belly of the Bible Belt. That motherfucking preacher daughter's son. Where you can't find no woman, no man, no cousin, no friend without a gun. Alabama, that is my home. But the trailer park has got my heart. Off in the wood, I'm at home and I play in the woods after dark. You won't find me sober much. Always got a bottle of Jackie, yo. I take my sip, I talk my shit, and I fight anybody that wants to go. Tall and slim, walk with a limp, cause my nuts are oversized. Fuck your dope and your alcohol, because your shit is overpriced. Hit the bootleg for 24 before I'm 21. Mathematics. Going to jail cause I'm drunk and Piggly Wiggly. Guess I'll be here and I do my time, cause I can't make bail on minimum wage. Nothing to do in the country but get drunk and watch that pendulum sway. Back in the saddle again, throw my middle finger up to the law. I ain't gotta rob nobody tonight, but I might do it just because I'm a nut. I get bored, did some pills, but I want more. Fuck this world, fuck this town. If I fuck you once, I fuck you sore. Fuck, shit, goddamn, pussy, cunt, bitch, suck a cock. If you want some of this rock and roll, take this bite, suck this rock, the fire, super hot. Clean them up, grab a mop, catfish, oh my shit. Fuck with me, you gonna get struck. Catfish fillet, catfish fillet, catfish fillet, catfish fillet, catfish fillet, catfish fillet, catfish fillet. You don't want it with me, motherfucker, I promise I'll put you with the piranhas inside of a shallow swamp and then make you follow a boat full of drinking water and sing to you on the vibes while I sip a Coronas under umbrellas. Got a propeller shop enough to eat through a 240 root of a tree. If it's on me, then it's cool like you moving. So why do you think I fucking hate it? Would lay a log in front of my boat and put a stop to what I do, buddy, whatever. When I get up in the morning, I think about when it's all over, they can put my body up in the river with everything I did for the culture inside of a book and light a candle for my mama who got sick on the fucking thing. Immediately, media will follow me to the end of the river while the people around my body deliver rhythms and syllables relevant to my scripture. I'm a sick son of a bitch. Do you get the picture? My fucking name is catfish.
I'll have it as soon as I heard somebody
Really
buy it. I'll have it as soon as I heard somebody buy it. I'll have it as soon as I heard somebody buy it. I'll have it as soon as I heard somebody buy it.
Catfish fillet, catfish fillet, yay, yay, catfish fillet, catfish fillet, yay, yay, catfish fillet, catfish fillet, yay, yay, catfish fillet, catfish fillet.
I'll have it as soon as I heard somebody buy it. That's a long time away. Then you gonna tell her what my name is?
I've been that boy since I was smoking banana peels. Back in Alabama with the ball pin, him and knocking look caps off the reel, stealing bow ties off the crib. Mama said no carbonated soda for you go to bed, but I never listened to her. A 2-liter bong with a 10-4 bowl for the cheap hydro was illegal, I'm sure, but I learned from watching the neighbors. Yeah, watching the neighbors. Got me a Jordache jeans, feeling real hot. Hanging from my pocket a pager. Yeah, buddy boy, I'm clean. Cubic zirconium rocks in my earrings. Give me that stone on a mobile phone, and I carry that gym like me and Irene. I'm getting totally stoked. Sipping creek water with me and my folks. I'm getting totally thrilled. My pocket's wider than the ground. Can't keep my ducks in a row. And I can't keep up with this bullshit they callin' dope, but I'm married to her. I can't leave this bitch neither. Rock and roll pussy I cannot turn down, even though she's a liar, a thief, and a cheater. I need it.
That long hair ain't gonna cover up that redneck. Oh!
Catfish Billy, the motherfucker Billy in the house. Billy and I'm really in the house. Really like I'm really on the couch, chopping up dope. Boy, I ain't never seen a drop. You ain't never seen a Catfish Billy. There'll never be another from the south. Never be a mother with the style to make another me, not now. The king of Alabama, they ain't never been a doubt. Just bounce, I ain't Catfish Billy. The motherfucker Billy in the house. Billy and I'm really in the house. Really like I'm really on the couch, chopping up dope. Boy, I ain't never seen a drop. You ain't never seen a Catfish Billy. There'll never be another from the south. Never be a mother with the style to make another me, not now. The king of Alabama, they ain't never been a doubt. Just bounce. Still got that bottom beating like gorillas, shaking my trunk like a killer. You ain't fucking with American style. Bitch, go to sleep, grab a pillow. Go to sleep with your stinking ass. I ain't got time, I ain't taking trash. Out to the bin, take you up with my pen, and then I take a bottle and break the glass. Ooh, I done built me a fortress, and I didn't have to beg, plead, or force it. Got enough forces to sit on my porch and not move, and still be in orbit. An ancient alien, homo sapien. Me and rappers like beats or organ, turn water to wine, $1 a time. Drink it up, it's fine, there's no need to cork it. Gorgeous, give me those, cause I remember me and mama back a penny roll. And if you wouldn't with me when the shit hit the fan, you cannot get a penny, you ain't getting any, bro. Gotta pay the taxes when the wood is out and the kerosene can is filled up to the brim. Don't look at him, go get the matches. Lace up and then take a hike. I'm making shit that is major light. I'm pulling up on them big wheels. You couldn't pedal a baby bike. I do not hang at the same club in the same town every damn night. I am not making hip-hop for the hip-hop award show or the gram lights, cause I Catfish Billy. The motherfucker Billy in the house. Billy and I'm really in the house. Really like I'm really on the couch, chopping up dope. Boy, I ain't never seen a drop. You ain't never seen a Catfish Billy. There'll never be another from the south. Never be a mother with the style to make another me, not now. The king of Alabama, they ain't never been a doubt. Just bounce, I ain't Catfish Billy. The motherfucker Billy in the house. Billy and I'm really in the house. Really like I'm really on the couch, chopping up dope. Boy, I ain't never seen a drop. You ain't never seen a Catfish Billy. There'll never be another from the south. Never be a mother with the style to make another me, not now. The king of Alabama, they ain't never been a doubt. Just bounce.
My heart is heavy, it's complicated. Why do I hurt myself constantly? No one to blame, this is all on me. I had sympathy. Thinking of chasing a dream through stages. Walking through hell with my hands up to heaven. Giving a gift and I'm making my way. God, can you hear me? Sit down and rage. Send me some silence, 'cause I need sleep. Break these chains. I was shake on the man I Make it so. Make it so. It's perfect. Scars on my name, the walls that I wear, ties to the old. Just give me seven. It's hard to believe again when you figure out you're not the one in control. When I'm down on my knees, I give it up. Unselfishly break these chains. I'm ashamed of the man I became. Took my shot and got it ricochet. To every back I give anything. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. Make love simple. Make my addiction simple. Make being happy simple again. Make being free simple again. This work can do it for me. This work can make some fucking noise for me. Make it simple. Just listen. It's hard to believe again when you figure out you're not the one in control. Thank you so much, Pittsburgh. I love you. Thank you.
Like, do we have some respect for the dead? How many of y'all have lost somebody in here? How many of you here have lost somebody? There's somebody that they truly miss and wish was.
I can't never go one night without being fucking muted. Why do I do that? Thank you. Thank you, Objection. Thank you, Haley. What I was saying was, yes, that's struggle. I was going to move on and put Benny back on. I've already been live for my almost 2-hour mark, and I'm still going. And I'm like, yay. I'm not in a rush tonight. It feels good to be back. I'll play this for you since that's your man. He's pretty good. This was the first. No, this ain't Struggle Jennings. This is Michael Phillips. I'm sorry. Not Struggle Jennings. This is Michael Phillips, and he's fucking amazing. You ever hear that song? We'll do 2 more songs if y'all want to stick around. I love this song, and yes, I could see your photo, honey. But I love this song, but they do a song called Amnesia too. I'm going to have to take all this out, so I will. I'll do it tomorrow, though, or they'll let me keep it and whatever.
If you lost somebody and you wish they was here, put some lighter in the air. If you don't got a lighter or a light, put 2 fingers in the air. Torch. Let's bring their.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
To us. Let's bring that energy in this moment. All of us have been through some hard times. There's been some times, keep your lights up, y'all. All of us have been through some hard times. There's been times when you thought you wasn't gonna make it. That life was so hard that you was about to really give up because it was too crazy and too terrible what you were dealing with. And guess what? You're here today. So next time you ever feel like you can't make it or it's too much, just give it some time. You'll get past it. It'll get greater later. This song's called A Lot of God. Keep your lights up, bro. Let's rock. Touch the fire, feel the rain. I find some joy, cause some pain. I've been running in circles with demons and angels, they won't see down no place. They're lost, but I know I find my way. Cause I tried my best to make something out of nothing. And with no regrets, I'ma hold my head up high. When I finally reach that mountain top, I know the reasons why. It's love, little love can like God. Heaven only knows I gotta thank you, Mama, for all those sleepless nights you gave. And you never won't say that I should give up and you beg for and be great. I hope you know those prayers are not in vain. Cause I tried my best to make something out of nothing. And with no regrets, I'ma hold my head up high. When I finally reach that mountain top, I know the reasons why. It's love, little love, and like God. It's love, little love, and like God. Thank you, Pittsburgh.
Here's what it is. If y'all love music, it's good for the soul. Go to as many concerts as you can. My advice for the day. Okay, let's go back to Benny needs answers. Benny, I think we all need a lot of answers. For those of you that tuned in late, go back and watch from the beginning. Please. Give me a like too. Okay. Oh, he's still muted. Let's see how long he can go muted for. Coffee, that sounds good. Well, you guys watch the clown. I'm gonna go ask my. I'm gonna pour coffee because I have it over there, and I'm gonna ask my husband to heat it up. I'll be right back.
know what? This is our property.
There, sorry. Can you hear me? All right. Let me tell you a story about Doug. Doug met a girl in Moore Park, California. Hadn't been with a woman in a long time. So he meets a girl in Moore Park, California. You can ask AV Watchman, you can ask anybody about it, okay? So Doug meets a girl in Moore Park. Let me tell you what he does to the girl in Moore Park. He beats the cowboy shit out of her. And then when she goes to call the police, he beats himself up. This is a fact. Let me tell you what he did on the Orrin and Orson West case. He went over in front of a witness's house. His wife was pregnant. And he started cutting up all on them drugs. So the pregnant wife called the police. Meanwhile, the husband pulls up because he's got the camera on his phone. And he immediately goes after Doug.
Something I want to remind you guys is that Doug and AB, along with my little as above, so below, luminous, all these motherfuckers, right? They was all in that we hate the police shit. Now look, right now I'm hating on a lot of fucking police here locally for bullshit they played, but not all police are bad. And what Doug would do would go harass them. And what's really disgusting about that is that his father's a police officer. I am not a fan of Doug. That's the honest to God's truth. Truth. Look at me with my dumb tooth. Truth. All I want for Christmas. I can make fun of myself, guys. It's good. Go do it. I'm sure somebody's going to start clipping it sooner or later. I'm ready for it. But anyways, Doug was not a good person, and AB used to call Doug out, and then they were all friends, and, you know, Benny was sort of in this too, with cases prior to Summer. They have a backstory, which is further than this, and that's just from my research. I didn't really follow it, but, you know, being Benny's enemy isn't fun, so you got to do your own little Googling and what's that shit called you go on? I forget the name of it. And YouTube. You can go back at the beginning of Summer's case. I was getting to know the creators, and I watched some of their old videos and old stuff. I actually used to watch Cher before I started chat, and I didn't really pay attention live. I never had it up. I just watched her shit. And I watched her during Watts a little bit. J is for Justice as well. I'm a true crime junkie. Doesn't mean I followed the cases or jumped in or was a part of any organized criminal organization. No. I watched the first 48. I like Law and Order SVU Unit. I like movies that are like that. I study it in books sometimes. It's been a long time. I read about it. I chat GPT about it. I study. Do I have a badge? Do I have a degree? No. I watch the videos about the body language and things of that nature. That's how we all can learn. It's called sociology. Not that we went to school for it or anything, but it's human nature. There's many videos out there, and if you really watch them, a lot of them agree with each other. You can pick what's real and what's not. Go to the library, pick up a book. I haven't done that in a long time. I plan on doing it with my granddaughter tomorrow, so I do gotta get up. She don't have school tomorrow, so I can get up a little later. They're open till 8, but I'm gonna take my grandchildren to the library tomorrow for the first time ever. I don't really do much in my life, which is how I got really addicted to YouTube, and COVID had an effect on that. I have heart failure. I was big into the Democrat. stuff at that time. Not all of it. Some of it, my son's a heart transplant recipient. Those are things in life that cause trauma. Now, I'm not saying I'm a fucking psychopath. Like I said, maybe a little bit. I think we all are. However, I do think that you learn from things in your life that teach you human behaviors when you've been through a lot of trauma. And truthfully, when you sit down and really listen to all of these YouTube creators, you can hear they all have a story. Like, for instance, Benny has an addiction problem. He's going through the 12 steps right now. I really don't mean to come out here and hate on him the way I do, and I do want to make amends with him. He doesn't make it easy when he doesn't grab the link. It's a little troublesome. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be part of your 12 steps, Benny? I think you owe Summer Wells community a lot of answers for the things that you say, just as well as Doug. You ain't been perfect neither. However, I do think you took some money, in my opinion, from a Tim Mullins to torment all of us. Do I think you took Summer? No. But I think you helped find the Weak and Bring You Hope people, and Tim brought you to them, maybe. I don't know what the situation is, but there is a connection up here in Pittsburgh, and I want to know what it is, since everybody up here was playing with fucking money, right? Because that's really what it comes down to. And there's a missing girl, and you got Dawn and Candus playing games, putting shit out like something about $80,000 to marry in a hoax call where she's talking about let's storm the Capitol, and you got a jackhammer Jamie going up on property. One of the first ones up there besides Gonzo, and I'm a little disappointed, Gonzo, because you said you'd come on my panel. However, I am happy it was Benny's you went on. I didn't really watch it yet. I did see a few minutes of it. I will watch it when I get a chance. But I think Gonzo's insightful, and I truthfully, in my opinion, don't believe he had anything bad to do with anything. I think he's a free spirit, and he's been doing things like this for longer, and he's open about what he does, but he is still secretive, and he doesn't come out and exploit. I've never seen Gonzo exploit, and I like his style. I don't know what to tell you. However, he did come from J is for Justice, which is a little troublesome to me, since we see Honest Rage over there, and we hear Benny talking about Honest Rage, right? And then we have Dawn doing his first panel on J is for Justice, right? And then we have Cher and J is for Justice being best friends, right? I don't know. Some things seem a little bit odd. Are people connected? No. Maybe not. This is the true crime community. See, it's the motherfuckers from California I worry about a little bit when it comes to Chris McDonough, because of who Josh is and where Josh came from. In my opinion, in Summer's case on YouTube, how he got there with Doug, and they did kind of throw Doug to the fucking wolves, like, fuck you, Doug, because he was a bad book for them. But in my opinion, it shows Chris McDonough could be dirty as fuck to somebody. It doesn't show that he's a good human. There's another way to go about that. Was there something more to that? I mean, it was Josh that, in my opinion, was on YouTube in Summer's case extorting money from somebody. We should maybe go over that one day. That's why I always said I agreed with Benny and Tiffany, and I never understood why they attacked me so hard. Because that's the shit they were covering after Tiffany left AB, which is a whole nother fucking thing, right? Like, bye, AB, we're best friends, buddies. And then boom, you get a Benny. Y'all make it make sense. You're right, objection, a fiasco. They all got skeletons in their closet. You know what I think we all do, because we all had a life before Summer, right? We all get into something, and we don't expect to have to come out here and share our personal life when you're really fucking attacked, and all you want to do is defend yourself. Like the 5 lawsuits for me was that. I've never been a quitter in a fight, and I've had to fight a lot in my life. Fist fight, I was a troublemaker when I was a kid. I told you all this. I'm not a perfect human. I did hang out with people who were criminals. They're all dead now. I'm not. I survived. My son saved me. His heart transplant, my first husband's suicide taught me that I have a life to look forward to. There's things in life that teach you to move forward, in my opinion. That's what I've learned, and that's the advice I take from myself. It's called trying to self-love yourself. It's really hard when you don't like yourself because the people around you hurt you, if you understand what I'm saying. And us as true crime creators, I think we all have something in our past. Matt is a recovering addict. I love how he told Benny, I want to take the step. I want to listen to you because you want to take the steps. I've been addicted to powder in the past at a younger age, around the time my son needed his first heart, not while I was pregnant. It was a very quick addiction. However, I was an alcoholic when I was younger. I drank like a lot. I could probably drink a party ball in a night to myself at one point. As a very young teenager, I was assaulted because I drank. I was 14 years old. I described this incident one time to you guys when Scott H attacked me and said, I don't know what it's like when a thing goes inside a woman, because I was disregarding Squall, which wasn't the point at all. There was something going on between Squall and TT, and I called it the fuck out because it didn't make no motherfucking sense to me at the time. People sort of wanted to disregard that. That's games. And now you got Ryan Finds Truth running around with fucking Squall and Andy. I agree with White Boy when it comes to Andy. However, in my opinion, White Boy was his buddy. He was over there at the birthday party and taking pictures together. And White Boy was in Daisy's every day in the chat where they all were best friends for a very long time. I don't like when the creators come out here and forget the shit they've done. It's all out here in the open. And people use it against each other to hurt each other. Hurt people hurt. I'm trying really hard in my own life not to do that right now, and it's very hard, especially living in this house with the tension that's in my home. While I'm trying at the best to fix my marriage, I don't know where that's going. To be honest with you, I even told my husband I'm waiting for Summer's case to come to some sort of resolution where I know what's going on and why all this is happening. So in order for me to move on with my marriage, I sort of need these answers from Benny, who's been playing fucking games in my life with 5 lawsuits. So, Benny, if you ever want to be friends and show that you're really out here for the better good, why don't you just grab a motherfucking link and let's talk about these lawsuits and all this Jenna shit and all the Ziggy shit and all the AB shit. Since AB and Ziggy and Scott H are out there with their stock market shit, right? Because my dad's shit is real. I've given you the information on my dad. You need to go look at it. That's for you to do. Now, was my dad involved in criminal organization? I don't know, but it looks like it. He didn't know the people where I grew up. However, my mom did, and there was an incident that happened when I was a child that my dad did something really fucking bad to me, and the FBI had to come get me and bring me to Pittsburgh. I ran away from home and went to my dad, and something really fucking bad happened to me. You guys need to look that up, and that was because my fucking stepmom's a fucking cunt. Right, Brito? Hey, Amy Turner, where you at? I seen your friends, dude. Housing inspector, maybe? I mean, I'm not sure. Y'all can look up Surfside, where the fucking buildings fell. No, I'm not saying there's any connection there, but there's like family connections to me, possibly. A little Puerto Rican. Okay. Hi, Jenny, my loving sister. You're amazing. Tell your aunt I want my dad's bank shit, and one day I will be able to get an attorney to go fucking fight for it. Remember when I accused my sister and went crazy and everybody made fun of me? No, it was just because I was finding shit out and I did lose my mind a little. You never fucking expect yourself to figure out that you have ties to an area where you've been covering a child and loving that child for so fucking long. And then you discover you remember something in your life. You have family members that are tied to people down there with the same exact fucking names. My aunt's maiden name was Elliot Morlock. That was her parents. I just don't know what Elliots and Morlocks, and I'm not willing to go look because of the humans my cousins are. Do I think they would ever harm me? No, but my aunt said some funny shit in my fucking inbox and Facebook, right? You idiot, I'm an Elliot. Hi, Aunt Rosemary, how you doing? It reminded me of the time you grabbed me by the shoulders and told me when I was a kid, don't ever forget I'm an Elliot Morlock. I don't know what that was about, but it really brought back some fucking memories. Glad you was involved in my life my whole life. I mean, it would have been nice to get to know my cousins. Hi, Jason Darren. Sorry I ain't seen you since you was like 2 years old, but I really do love you, and I would love to get to know you. Right? Karen Elliott, Fred Hill's sister. Hey, Fred. Jody, one of y'all want to answer? Benny?
Doug is just running like a fucking just a piece of paper in the wind. Doug then runs back to his van house and cuts himself with a knife, so that when the police get there, they can try to charge the person who Doug infracted against. Didn't happen that way. They took Doug's bleeding ass to the fucking jail. If I'm lying, I'm crying, and I ain't shed a tear. This is the same guy, right? This is the same guy that when he first moved into his new place, he took a community post with his shitty computer and his broke down laptop there, and he said, "A day full of writing mortgages." Let me tell you what happened. Doug was trying to hang out with some people during his meth days, and he met a guy. And this guy in the drug world was who Doug wanted to be. I mean, it's like Breaking Bad. Everybody wants to be on Showtime, right? So to be, Doug had to do the bitch work. Let me tell you what Doug was doing. They were selling drugs, and Doug held the pistol. Doug was dumb enough to hold the pistol. So they get in trouble. Yeah, this is who CM hangs with. Doug gets in trouble, and he did the right thing. I mean, the complete right thing was to have not been in that situation. So they get in trouble with the police, with the drugs, and the gun that Doug has. Doug, this man that Doug had such an affinity for, was a neo-Nazi already and a meth cook. Doug, you see me here reciting this story just like you told me, and I don't have no problem. So they get pulled over. Doug, with the gun, takes the fucking meth charge, or the gun charge. Takes the gun charge. Mind you, before he went to prison, he was already messing with the neo-Nazi gang. He takes the gun charge, boom, straight to Pasco. No crossing go, no collecting $200, straight to Pasco, where now he had his initiation in to the 1488 neo-Nazi group. So for 3 years, Doug lived under the thumb of the neo-Nazi. But let me tell you what even more shocking about Doug. Has anyone seen the 1488 on the back of his legs? Don't you know when you're in the joint and you're a part of that sort of thing, there are no unfinished stamps. That's a stamp. They don't let you make it out with an unfinished stamp. That fucker is done. They sit down one time and they finish it. Doug's shit's not finished. Right? So you could even moderately to mildly say they didn't even fucking want him. They seen his substance and they were like, let's put half of a neo-Nazi Jew-hating tattoo on the back of his legs and we'll just leave him half done because that tells everybody else he wasn't good for the ride. When you see a man in prison and he doesn't have a fully finished neo-Nazi stamp flag, he didn't make the cut. Let me tell you what they usually do when you cross the gang in prison. They take their razor and they take it apart and they take just the fucking and they cut them tattoos off the back of your legs. So my contention is Doug didn't even get that. He didn't get that tattoo in prison. He got that tattoo on the outside where he had a choice to not finish the tattoo. Doug made a conscious decision to not finish the neo-Nazi tattoo. No, but wait, Doug doesn't tattoo the back of his own legs. Somebody else said you're not worthy. You see this half-done neo-Nazi tattoo on the back of your legs? That means you're not fucking welcome here. That means you can't go mess with the blacks, the Mexicans, or come back and fuck with us Woods. It ain't happening. You're out of there. So then Doug's got to do the rest of that time and say, moving forward. Doug makes about $5,000 a month on YouTube. Doug won't even donate good quality fucking time to this case. Guess why? Because Doug has 2 kids that he can't see whenever the fuck he wants to. So he thinks it's probably best case scenario for someone else to feel the same thing he can and for Doug to have fucking control over it, right? Doug thinks with all this crazy shit, he can keep the kid away, right? Now Doug wants to help. He wants to help Donnie. He wants to help Candy. Motherfucker, help yourself. Help your kids. AB, I fear for your child having a nasty, nasty male role model like you in its life. And I say it because if it stays underneath of your house for the duration, it's ruined. It's going to be just like you or worse. Do you know, AB, that they say if you got daughters in your future, you got demons in your past? You got me fucked up, homeboy. Your life is in a fucking downward spiral. You are begging for a plateau of any semblance of normal. Doug thinks he's a comedian. Let me tell you the difference between Doug and comedians. Comedians go on stage and they get paid and they have access to many beautiful women. So, she's coming home. She's coming home. She's coming home. You see Scott H, he won't even hardly mention me, right? Why is that, bro? I see you talking shit to all these women out here. Talk shit to me. Oh, no, you're right, NH girl. See, this is the deal. Doug's dad worked for the Ventura County Sheriffs for 30 years. He says. CM also tells people he's got 40 years of law enforcement experience. He does not. He's got 20 and then some change in consulting, right? So right? So Doug feels very comfortable in the clutches of CM. It's almost like being at home. It's almost like having a dad in CM that Doug doesn't have in real life, because let me tell you what, Doug's dad won't even let Doug sleep in the fucking house when he was homeless. Doug had to sleep in a fucking travel trailer in the backyard, and he couldn't smoke in it. He couldn't have his dog in it. Couldn't even shit in it. Had to shit outside. She's coming home, and it's not going to have anything to do with your help. Yes, Nisi, he does think he's a daddy. He needs a daddy, and he's found that in CM. And guess what? CM's the worst kind of daddy. Can we start painting a picture of what CM's son's life may have been like? I don't know. I don't know anything about that scenario. But because CM lost his son, I gotta guess that it was in a way that was unsavory. It was in a way that maybe you potentially feel guilty.
I'm not here to cover that mean shit. I don't like that. I don't think it finds children. And I believe that there are other people that love the people that pass away, and I think we've got to respect the dead no matter what, which is why I don't believe in Kurt Gordon and Fred and Andy's let's dig up a grave theory, right? Like, come on now. It's a bit too far, and anybody who believes in God knows that that's like an evil ass thing to do, right? I'm a sinner. It's not something morally that is correct to make fun of children that have autism. AB's been very vocal about that. It doesn't bring love to the little girl who's missing, who's at question here. And if somebody paid you to do this shit, Benny, come on, man. You're fucking better than this. I've seen your content. I've seen how smart you are. I don't understand why you do the evil shit you do. That could be why you're not with your beautiful wife and son, who in my opinion is a beautiful little boy. And I'm sorry I said something about you with the blueberries. That's when you started in on me. Making songs about me, CZ this, CZ that. And this ain't no fucking poor fucking crystal shit. Maybe if you would have sat down and listened and figured out that I knew the people you were fucking coercing with, none of us would have gotten ourselves in this fucking conundrum that's going on. But in my opinion, CM and Doug do have a lot to do with. I absolutely agree with you and Jody when it comes to that, since CM was one of the big panel guests on the cues, right? To bring in the money while Jody Sue came up on panel. Then there's a huge ass fight, right? About CM and Jody Sue speaking. Scott H deletes the last 10 minutes. Jody Sue tries to tell us what it's about, but nobody wants to put that shit back out. There's lawsuits over the money, things being said like it's going to go to the Wells. The Wells denied the money, which in my opinion was a good idea. You got Matt and Noel over there saying they're trying to adopt Josie. I don't think in a million years they would ever get him. However, God bless Matt and Noel for after seeing him. I think a lot of us creators have fallen in love with this little girl and the family. It's hard to watch addiction. We watched your addiction. We watched Candus and Dawn's addiction. It's not fun. I have siblings with addiction. I showed on my community post the other day the charges that my sister and her boyfriend have, the father of 3 of her 4 children. We're not going to talk about the 4th child, right? But my information's out there, and I put on that post for any of you that thinks my family may not be involved or know something. You should see that I have child trafficking in my own family. There's distribution of online material, and I know my family connects to Roxanne, who was the director, but now suddenly dead. But her granddaughter's on here with my ex-brother-in-law harassing the fuck out of me, right? Because I called them out on Facebook as a family. I called my brother-in-law out because my sister's an addict, and in my opinion, it's his fucking fault, right? You don't know what that's like. People don't know what that's like if they're not in it. We have a lot of people that come out here from the UK, Australia, the Netherlands, New Zealand. I've had people in my chat that say they're from different countries, and each country experiences something different. My situation right now is really fucking bad. However, there's little babies being blown away in another country right now while bombs are being dropped. And you're worried and making fun of a child with autism. Make that make sense. What kind of human do you want to be morally on this earth when you come out here and you report? Now, I'm not innocent. I'll come out here and call a motherfucker out. But it's only after a bunch of fuckery like you've played in Summer's case. Jody, Chase, AB, Tiffany, I'm on the fence about. I have a feeling Tiffany found something that she shouldn't have found. But then Jody's right. She's over there with Gavel and Krama joining it. However, you could see Tiffany's shock, Jody. You could see Tiffany saying, is this true? Oh my God, get her help, as if there's a care. A thought. Nobody else had them thoughts. Just Tiffany did. You could see it. Benny came on my panel one time. We spoke about Amy, Jody's sister, who said she had policemen, FBI agents, or feds or something following her around. I can't seem to find that clip right now. I've been looking. It was in one of her interviews. She did a few of them. I lost a lot of shit in my Dropbox. But whoever has that clip, it would be nice if you put it the fuck out, don't you think? I would like to further talk with Benny about that. I don't think my panel ended up great. It wasn't bad. Benny and I seemed to talk. We had a really big conversation about integrity once, and then we had that conversation again. I really do believe in integrity, loyalty. The only person, Benny, any of us creators should be out here being loyal to is Summer, because that's why we're here. And we now call it a Summer Wells community. But in reality, there's millions of Summer Wells all over the world. Even ones in their own home, like my niece getting diddled by her father, right? Who right now, in my opinion, I'm not allowed to say how I feel on YouTube. I would lose my channel. I love my sister with every being of my soul, but I believe people up here in Pittsburgh played fucking games in my life because I cover Summer's case, and I do believe that my sister's children may have been harmed because I'm on YouTube. Just because the We Can Bring You Hope people are who they are and are from the exact town and area that I'm from. Did y'all see the Clairton Mill? I covered it. Well, I talked about it a couple times. That blew up. There was that big explosion, and people were worried about the river. They're saying the levels are fine. I highly fucking doubt it. I grew up over there. I have people my age by the dozens with cancer, heart failure. I have heart failure. I don't think it's a cause of me living over there because I didn't live there as long as many of them have. I think mine's family genetically in there because my son had it, although he was born there. So it's a possibility. I believe there was a big fire around that time, to be honest with you, at one of them little mills down there. Or blue collar. It's a little biker town with some other shit that goes on there. Little towns are ran the way little towns are ran. We're learning that with Millersville as I go over it with you, or with Rogersville, with the politics down there. That's fucking America, dude. You like John Cougar Mellencamp? I love music. That's why my channel name is Crystal's Crime and Music. That's why I share my lyrics. I don't sing. It really sucks. Can't hold a tune. I don't play instruments. My dad tried to teach me when I was a kid, but my parents used to beat the fuck out of each other and got a divorce before he quit, and my dad sold the guitar he got me when he won that big lawsuit that I have spoken about, that I believe Attorney Phillips knows about, and Linda, maybe Benny, maybe Tim. Since I do actually have real connections down in fucking Tennessee, right on Ben Hill and White Hollow Road, maybe further, maybe a little in Washington County. Elliot Morlock's a pretty big name, right, Renfro? Renholder? I'm done with all the games with you motherfuckers down there. I'm done with you destroying my life, and one day I will pick it up and rebuild it. Y'all accomplished what you wanted to, but what you don't know is that I'm a motherfucking Stanley. My dad was a bit touched. I had to grow up with that. My family is riddled with alcoholics and drug addicts. I have been shot at. In my opinion, I think my dad put a fucking hit out on me at one time, finding out the shit I'm fucking finding out here. My stepmom was a real fucking bitch. It's nice when she flushes weed and wedding rings down toilets and sinks, right? True shit. True story. Hey, did y'all know that I know the nephew of Julio Iglesias in real life? My address down in Miami was 8959 Carlisle Avenue, Surfside, North Miami Beach, as a child. Really during the era of a lot of crime down there. Them people really were my neighbors. It's not a fucking lie. See, I'm the type of human that by luck had an addicted father who had a brain injury, but was smart as a fucking whip and could play any fucking instrument you put in front of him. He had talent. He was on his way to being a superstar. I think there's a possibility Doug, and No Thanks, might know my father. I've also seen Doug way prior to this around the Big Brother community because I was really addicted to that. In my opinion, I think that's where I seen him from. I used to go in all the chat rooms, and I had who I believe could be Nita's son. Dude. His wife following me for years, and I don't know why. It's fucking serious shit. Everything I was in, she was in. I'm not going to come out here and deny anything I ever fucking said to you people. I'm just fed up, and I have a little different attitude. I've changed over Summer Wells' case. Something like this changes humans. And I'm sitting here talking frank with you, not as a psychopath or somebody who's crazy. I've been checked out by the doctors. My husband only tried to fucking 302 me 6 fucking times for this little bitch that knows some of these people, in my opinion, at his job. I think I've really just fucking lost my fucking nougats because people like to play fucking games. When it comes to true crime and reality, they're putting people in danger, right? There's other ways to handle situations when you think something's going on, like asking a fucking question. Hey, might you know? I don't think the people that Benny knows that I know, that he has shown the pictures of Autumn. Hi, Chrissy. I don't think that those people are bad because of who they were in my life. I think Benny may have been helping something when he found something out when it comes to We Can Bring You Hope, because those people would know those people, and they were neighbors to people who I think may be connected to my sister's case, who I believe may have been sent to my sisters house to show my sister shit. Because if any of y'all were paying attention to my community posts when my own neighborhood people were attacking me, you would have seen one of them admitting to, and I'm not going to say names because I am worried about lawsuits and death and shit like that. But you would have seen one of them accusing me of showing my sister an app when in actuality I don't talk to my family and haven't seen them in years, and nobody can prove that I have except for my mother's fucking funeral where some of these people were at, and it was fucking very uncomfortable. I do believe my life was put in danger because of this YouTube. However, come fucking get me. Because that's where the fuck I'm at. 12% of my heart beats. I have heart failure because my husband did this shit once before. And I believe some of y'all, hi Dawn, knew I was a fucking easy target because of that. I believe people would do anything for fucking money. And I believe some people in my own life have. Ziggy, well, a block away from my psychic stepmother down in Miami. Ernie Shell, Brenda Clark. No, y'all, I played that clip not too long ago. You seen it. Ernie took the live down. He's still running around with Ziggy fucking somewhere. Mr. Wrestler. Hey, Galkers. Hi, Bam. Where the fuck you go? I don't talk to John no more, so you gotta just disappear and get weird as fuck. Like after you promised me an interview saying you knew Ernie. I showed some other names earlier, connected. I'm done playing games with all of you. Go fucking 5150, do whatever it is you think you need to do. I have spoken to a missing persons detective here in Pittsburgh, and he will vouch for the shit I say. I have videos on my channel that show I've talked to a trafficking police. I spoke about the girl that starts with S. She sent him here. We're going to leave that at that. I don't know what that's about, but she got me help in the process. I am going to end my live. I've been on 2 hours, 42 minutes. You guys, let me share Benny's link to this. Since nobody wants to fucking grab a link and answer for the shit I'm saying, that is real. 100 million, 1,000 trillion %. Go call me crazy. I don't really give a fuck. Maybe I am. I'm going to find that quote by Dr. Seuss. We're all a little touched. Go sub up to Benny's new channel. Listen to him. I think his information is extremely important, whether he's a dickhead or not. I do believe he's doing the 12 steps and he can do better. I would hope that you creators would attack each other unless it's like on a level where we're calling the bullshit out like this so that we can really get answers from this little girl. And the people down in Rogersville that are playing the fucking games can fucking stop. It's destroyed a lot of creators' lives. Not just one, not just two, not just three. Hey, Nana, fuck you. Miss Phillips, in my opinion. Jody's saying another name, but you all look alike, or I seen it somewhere. We'll figure it out. Either way, Chewy is a Phillips, right? Peace and love, guys. To those of you that support me. Benny, I do hope we'll have a conversation, or any of you I spoke about tonight. Hey, Squall, fuck you. Why don't you and Candus go and Ryan talk about how close you all are now with Andy and Fred's sister? People play too many games on here, and when you're local to that little girl and knew her, it's sick in the fucking head. I don't even know this little girl, and it seems like there's thousands of people out here on these YouTube streets in what you call Summerwell's community, loving on that little girl more than her own community members. And it makes me sick to my stomach. I couldn't imagine if that was one of my children or grandchildren or nieces or nephews. Oh, yes, I can. Right? People are disgusting. And real life and true crime is true crime. It does happen. Josh Milton said he's still taking tips a year ago. Leslie Earhart just did a recent interview. I've been showing them back to back to back to back to back, where they do say they're taking tips. I'm sure something's going on at TBI that they're not. Maybe they have a break in the case and they don't need no more tips. Anybody ever thought of that? They were saying they were close, they were just missing a little information. Maybe instead of hating on everybody and on each other, you could keep your fingers crossed, say a prayer, and pray that it means that there's answers coming for summer and all this fuckery is going to end. Peace and love. Good night. I am going to try to come tomorrow. My StreamYard ain't paid. I don't know how many hours I have. My husband did get a job at the local Unimart and a new security job because I made him quit the job at the war, right? So, in my opinion, I'm sorry. 34-year-olds that date like men almost how old they're senior, that are married with kids, little home wrecking bitch. Hi, O'Toole. When was you on my roof, homie? Still got the text message. Tell your judge daddy I said hello. So you take payoffs to get little boys out of prison for crazy women? I'm just curious. I mean, I'm just speculating. It's an opinion. It does happen. Watch Millersville. All right, guys. Good morning, Wee Squattish. I'm just getting off of here. Make sure you go back and watch. It's been a crazy live, I guess. I've been a little nuts tonight. No fucks given anymore. Truth. Go 5150 me. Listen to MGK 5150. Enjoy the music I played. I probably am going to have to take it out. But again, good night. Mwah. Peace and love. I'm going to try tomorrow if I have hours left on StreamYard.